Islam. I'm risen, giving all praise to Allah, highest honors to his prophet, Noble Drew Ali, peace be upon him. Honors to all the divinely led prophets, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius. We give honors to our forerunner, Marcus Mosiah Garvey, Jr. We give honors to all the righteous, all the light workers, all those who are all over the world trying to help uplift fallen humanity, make a brighter day for the youth of this world, and who know that it can be done, know it in their heart that we can make this world a better place, and know that we first have to make ourselves better people if we want to make the world a better place. So we thank you for being here with us on the Sheik's table. I am your brother, man, and friend, Dr. Brother J. Page Bay. I'm the Grand Sheik of the Moorish Science Temple of America, number 27, Soul Temple, right here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And today I am excited to have my brother here with us. I have a very interesting, a very informed, a very smart brother here with me, who is going to, talk to us today about sustainability. This is my brother Shirona. So, brother Shirona, welcome to the Sheik's table.
Thanks. I appreciate you having me today.
Yeah, man, this is great, man. You know, hey, me and brother Shirona, man, we could go, man. He knows a lot of stuff, so we like to intellectually.
I know a lot of stuff, but I still learn a lot from you.
Yes, and we unfold with each other, and I love the way that your broadness of knowledge, you know, because that's where I try to know a little about a lot of things and know a lot about some things, and we fit that kind of mold together. So thank you for always presenting great information and being here on the show with us today. But please introduce yourself.
So my name is Shirona, and I am from Sri Lanka originally. I came to this country in 1987, and the good part is why I know a lot of these things is because of the blessings come from my family. My family has been in business for 18 generations. In fact, my great-great-grandfather walked for 9 years to arrive in Sri Lanka.
Wow.
And then established, they were priests.
Okay.
And also warriors.
Okay.
And then they got into agriculture, and it continued. So I am into the 18th generation of agriculture, right? So this agriculture was always in me, but that's something I didn't want to do because most people don't realize agriculture is a very hard field.
Yeah.
You know, you depend on the weather, you depend on so many things like regulations. Sometimes the crop doesn't come out, and you have to get your hands dirty. So I have been always looking at how do we make this agriculture to a sustainable situation where like people's needs are met, not just on agriculture, but from a holistic perspective.
Okay.
So from a holistic perspective, what I realized was, whether we realize or not, everything that we do is based on a supply chain.
Okay.
Right? The food that gets to your table, somebody has to make the food, somebody has to sell it, and somebody has to buy it, and somebody has to store it, and that has a chain, right? Even our relationships has a chain.
That's right.
Right? And anything that you do in life, it has a chain, right? But it is estimated about 80% of these chains are broken. Like that's why, although United States doesn't buy any oil from Iran, just by blocking 20% of the oil in the world,
right,
in the strait, the prices are going up here, right? But technically, if it was a self-sustaining, localized model, it should not even affect us because we have all the oil, crude oil, and the supplies here. That's not relevant.
Okay.
So it's affecting countries like United States, Australia, that has their own crude oil because it's a globalized system.
Okay.
So the globalized supply chain is not really made for sustainability. It's made for profit and speed.
Okay, hold
right?
on, hold on. Let me cut you because you got a lot of let's unpack a little bit at a time if we could because basically you're saying that you were from a bloodline of agriculturalists, and
And
so
priests.
and priests
Yeah.
and warriors, because you
Yes.
got to fight to protect them
Yeah.
crops,
Yeah.
you know. And so basically, what you've been inspired to do, it's like genetic, it's in the blood. But what you did was you took it to another level. Instead of just getting out there and just maybe just growing a bunch of beets or
Yeah.
crops, your mind went to how can agricultural or agricultural the community or the society or the happenings of agriculture go to another level and create a more sustainable supply chain, so that'll be your contribution into your wonderful historic line of agriculturalists, so forth and so on. Okay, so let's take that because you got so much. We got so much that we can go into here. So let me ask some questions. Um, what what brought that to your attention? What made you say, "Hey, the agriculture"? You know, I don't. Most people we go to the store and we get the food, or some people try to grow a little something something from time to time, or some of us grow like there's homesteaders or whatever. What was your personal um, light bulb that went off that said, "Hey, there's a problem with this, and I think I can do something about it"? Where'd that come from?
So two things happened, right? I was living in New York in the 90s, and then I studied this model. United States, the modern day United States, pre 70s was the only place that ever existed in the world that there was no food overage or shortage. It was balanced
Huh.
because the people who lived in this country pre-colonization
Yes.
and the slaves later, they had a system. Actually, there was like a lot of black farmers that had a system, and they were working with white farmers, and they had this system down to the line using telegrams. And this was very intriguing to me. I have never seen anything like that.
Okay.
So they would send a telegram like from Louisiana to Virginia,
Yeah.
and Virginia to Texas, Texas to whatever, and say like, look, I'm growing this. What are you growing? And then, hey, I'm having this problem. In fact, one of these guys that I always talk to that I'm inspired by is Ephraim Smiley. I don't know if you have met him.
Yes, he's been
So-
over to the temple before.
Yes, so Ephraim Smile, if you ask him a question, he always have a solution to agricultural. You cannot find this on the internet.
Yes.
You cannot find this by going to a university.
Yeah.
It's in his blood.
Yes,
He
right.
will say like, let's do this and let's do this.
Yes.
Let's do that, right? So I saw this system for the first time. Although my family was in agriculture, it was focused, but it was not scalable. You grow your stuff and then you grow a lot, right? But it was not interconnected like how it was here prior to the 70s. I mean, then there's a long story about what happened after that,
Right.
and the sharecroppers and
Okay.
whatnot.
Right.
So it was a very, very effective system, and I was like super intrigued by it.
Okay.
So then,
That farmer blood.
yeah,
Right.
so I was super intrigued. I was actually more interested about the logistics
Yeah.
and like the technicalities and how beautiful this was done,
Wow.
right? On a very simple, there was no emails, internet, or
Yes, yes.
it was done so good, right? But then I said like, hey, I came to this country to escape this agriculture. Why am I doing this? I want to get into technology and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I continued this for a long time. And then I had a broadcasting company around 2020, and I was doing pretty good. And
Okay.
then, I had a bunch of employees, and I presented around the world, won
Yeah.
many awards. So I was at a very high, and then came COVID, and my business crashed. And when my business crashed, I had no place to go. I called up a friend, and I went to her farm.
Okay.
And now I'm in the farm with like stinky animals,
Wow.
everything that I did not want to do, right?
Yeah.
And then I realized,
Hey, we
like,
have a saying in the Moorish Science Temple of
yeah,
America: "Man plans and Allah plans, and
yeah,
Allah is the greatest of planners."
yeah.
But go ahead.
So
Yeah.
I thought, like,
Yeah.
God has a funny plan for me.
Yeah.
You know, I did not want to be in this situation. Now God
And
put
that's
me in
right where
there
you end up.
for like 9 months,
Yeah.
right? So now I got to observe how these farmers were working,
Yeah.
right? So then I got connected with an organization. We founded this organization. So the bulb went in. I'm like, I can't escape from this duty anymore,
Yeah.
right? And then I realized I had to do this
Yes.
because there's a specific reason why I'm here.
That's right.
And
There's no strange happenings.
there's
Law governs all events.
exactly, right?
Yeah.
So then I called up a couple of my friends on the East Coast, and then we formed this organization called US Farmer Connect.
Okay.
Really great people. We had a beautiful thing going, but I was realizing they are looking at this from an academic perspective.
Okay.
Not, it's practical, but to a level, because you know the two people that I was working with, they are brilliant, Dr. Neil and
Scholars.
this is
They're scholars.
scholars. They're
But they didn't have the
intelligent, like,
logistics of farming and
I mean,
things
they're
like
somewhat
that.
of farmers. They have their lot and
Okay.
whatnot, but they put like a little intellectual twist to it,
Yeah.
right? And I am a guy. One of my principles in life is least resistant path.
That's good.
So that doesn't mean that these guys are not good, but they
Right.
have a
Complex sometimes.
complex sometimes. That's not my style, right? So it's not that I'm bashing them or saying anything
No,
bad.
no, I know what
It's
you're
just
saying.
like, then I realized, like,
I'm like that. I like a good 1, 2, 3. I
Yeah.
don't like zip zop.
Yeah.
You know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, and we go back over. Yeah, I understand what you're
and
saying.
they are also working on
Yeah.
digitizing this system and making it like more technical.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, how is this going to fulfill my mission
Yeah.
if it's getting to be technical and again going to IT, right?
Okay.
So to give you an idea, Dr. Neil, he's a PhD guy, he's a pastor, he's a brilliant gentleman, very smart, right? But I'm like, maybe I should not follow, maybe I should start a movement behind. So then I realized it's not about me, but it's about the movement,
Okay.
right? So if you look at any historical figure in the world,
Yeah.
like from Marcus Garvey to Patrice Lumumba,
Yeah.
they never made it about them.
Yes.
They got to be known, but they created
About the movement.
movement that can exist without them.
Okay. So
Right?
let me ask you this. So we got a little of the background, and I can see that obviously the ancestors, the spirits, the great God was, you know, putting you right where you needed to be. You were into technology, and then you ended up right back on a farm because of the blessing of COVID, right?
Yeah.
Now, you said movement. Here we teach something and we have a movement. It's called the Moorish Divine and National Movement. Our movement is essentially teaching the true nationality and birthrights of those Asiatics of America that they are not Negroes, blacks, and coloreds, and that what their history is, what their birthright is, their connection, how to be better citizens. I can go on and on, but you know, our mission and our aims are very specific. So when we're talking about, you took agriculture and you took the need for technology in agricultural and how it goes about its.
No, wait a minute. It's not. I realized technology is not the key there.
Oh, okay, okay,
Right?
yeah,
So I realized that there are other areas that needs to be addressed
okay,
before getting to agriculture.
okay. So what is the movement then? That's what I'm getting at. What is the movement? Yeah.
It has to start with education.
Okay.
When I say education, it's not like reading a piece of paper or reading a book or watching a YouTube video. They're all good, right? You got to dig deep within and see, what are you doing, right? Each person, right? So whether it's me or my son, it's essential. So there's literally, we run like 4 programs,
Okay.
right? So I have worked with kids all my life, like more than 200 kids. Like, so what I find out is like, hey, you are here. That doesn't dictate where you will be, right? And if you want to
Right.
be here, what do you need to do to get there, right?
Okay.
So it all starts with the education,
Okay.
right?
So the movement is essentially education.
Yes, but it's called Esau, right?
Okay.
So with uh, with education, then comes the safe spaces, right? Because like you can have all the education, but if you don't have a place to stay, and if it's not safe, this is coming from the teachings I learned from Patrice Lumumba, because he talks about safety being a very important aspect of people's lives,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Because if you are terrorized, if
Yeah.
you feel unsecure, I mean, I can go on about this, like every day people get worried about, oh, this president is doing this leader is doing that. They have already convinced themselves they are weak, they have no chance,
Yeah.
and this man or this group or something has
It's in control of
enslaved
their
you.
lives.
Yeah, there's
yeah,
nothing you
yeah.
can do, and all your problems are because of this guy or
Yeah.
this group or this
Yeah.
whatever, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I am against it. So the first thing that I'm when I address is like, you control your destiny.
That's right.
The other elements are there. It might slow you down, but no one can stop you from your God-given rights and where you need to be.
Hey, now you saying something. So let me clarify. Let's clarify for the viewers. You said the movement is education. You do you do technology and agriculture initiatives.
No. The movement is Esau,
Esau.
which is a 4-part thing.
Okay, so
Right.
so what I'm asking is, I'm just summing it up. I'm not saying
Yeah.
specifically what it is, but education in what specifically? What What is the education?
The education is literally, you have to look within yourself and see where you want to be. First, you have to realize where you are.
So the first part of the education is know thyself.
Yeah, exactly. So
So we talked about this last week.
yeah.
I don't know if you watched last week's show, but we had our brother Alejandro on.
Yeah.
And we were saying that the basis of man, before he can go and figure out, what the stars and the moon is made of, he needs to first figure out who he is. Man, know thyself. It's the very first instruction
Yeah.
in our holy book,
Yeah.
the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America. And I was showing him this last week. Know thyself in
Yeah.
Allah. So I find that very intriguing that you would say that, because I think many people would think, well, you're talking about education and technology or agriculture, but you're saying the foundation, the first part, is to educate yourself in thyself. Educate yourself with the foundation. I like that. Please
Because
expand.
here's the thing, like if you don't know where you're going, right? You're never going to get into a car and say like, I don't know, man, I'm going to get somewhere. That's not going to work,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, right.
If you need to go, you have to say, I'm going to Chicago, Seattle, Paris, wherever you are going, right? You got to have an idea where
That's
you're
right.
going, and you know your destination. And then you have to make sure your car has gasoline, your car is going to make it to Chicago, to the airport,
That's
and you
right.
have the tickets, the preparedness, and all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
So when I say know yourself, to me, I'm sure this is related to you too. It's like, what is this contract that you have with God?
The covenant.
The covenant. You got to find what your covenant is.
Yeah.
It's not that someone told you like, oh yeah, you are Fort Wayne, you are this and that. No, you got to find your covenant.
Gotta find that covenant. Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to do with education, right? So then finding your safe place
Safe spaces.
to co-create, because now you're having people that know themselves, right? Most of the time people, what they do is like they say, oh, I found myself, but all that they're doing is relating to their past. The past, they think all those past situations
Yes.
has refined who they are. They're like, when I used to talk to my dad, he used to say this. When I talked to my teacher in first grade, that's all external. And these people slowed you down. That does not mean that you are stuck or say like, I'm from the ghetto, man, or somebody say like, how do I understand people that doesn't have money? I came from a rich family,
Yeah.
right? All these things are your barriers that you created
Yeah,
for
for
yourself,
yourself.
right? That's not who you are. You
That's
had to
right.
find your purpose, your mission. And like Patrice Lumumba says, it's like, what's your value? If I ask people, what's your value? What do you offer? A lot of people, they're like,
They don't know.
I don't know. This is the problem because like the father of capitalism, Adam Smith, said at some point, I don't know exactly, he said this because I read it in my language.
Yeah.
He said the capitalism means your perceived replacement value. This is pure, that is like, so LeBron James is getting paid $50 million because someone's perceiving him to be 50 million.
Right. You can't just find another LeBron
LeBron is like
every
out
day.
of like nowhere. And Michael Jordan is like $4 billion because he created a shoe line, and then you have different levels, right?
Yeah.
And these people are not easy to be replaced.
Yeah.
And their perceived value. And now, is basketball important? The shoes are important? That's not the point, right?
Right.
The point is someone is perceiving.
Yeah.
This is people pay $400 for a Kobe shoe or
No, that's real.
Yeah.
And you bring up LeBron, it's real quick. Me and a good friend of mine, we were talking about that. He was talking about the effect that he lives close to Cleveland, and he was talking about the effect that LeBron James had on that city when he was there. How businesses and everything was booming, and when he left, like how business closed down and different stuff, just from one man.
Exactly.
So I'm right where you're going. So I want to let you know I did my homework a little bit. So I know your next part of the Esau, right? So we have education, we have safe spaces, then we have agriculture.
Yes.
Right?
So now you have graduated yourself to be agriculture, right?
Ah, okay.
So, but it's quite intriguing. You and I both were at Ty Simmons' event, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm done with the education one. Now I got to go with the safe space part, which is not something that I'm familiar with, like the real estate and land and living. I mean, I know a little bit, but not a whole lot, right? Then I saw this Charles Law and Ty Simmons. It's just like they walked into me, right? And I'm like, okay, man, these two guys, they figured this thing out, right? So I don't know how to do the work, right?
That's right.
Now it's a matter of like adapting it to what I'm doing. Here in Little Fort Wayne, Indiana, I find the solution. A lot of people complain, Fort Wayne offers nothing, and here I meet you,
hey,
I meet
right.
Ty,
Come on, man.
and I meet Charles, right?
Yeah.
And they're actually making it happening.
Fort Wayne's a great city.
Something that I could not find in New York City, right? Or Houston, or Dallas, right? But right there, here,
right.
there. So.
Shout out to Brother Ty Simmons and Brother Charles Law.
So my grandmother said, what is rightfully yours, you don't have to go looking for it. It's already there. Open your eyes and recognize it.
That's right.
So I opened my eyes, they both showed up, right?
And there it is.
So I believe that I can solve the safe spaces, right? Then I can get to the agriculture with people like Ephraim Smiley and that kind of stuff. Like, we already have a soil enriching product. My mentor invented, he's like 86 years old. It's called the Disc Mix. So there's a quite interesting thing happening in agriculture, right? You can have nourished soil that does not have energy. That means it can have like, it's not electrified. So then it does not, it's dead. It's like calcium, magnesium, you can say like.
It's like having vitamins and nutrients in the soil, but nothing to get them to invigorate and do their job.
Exactly. And then also when you don't have that, then I'm not a scientist, but the electrons are flying off, and then it has free radicals. And the free radicals age us and make us weaker and that kind of stuff. So this gentleman, Jim Diss, after 40 years, he formulated this thing called the Disc Mix. You just put it on the soil, and it electrifies it, and it gives life to the soil.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
we don't know nothing about that.
And,
So
and then
does that have something to do with watts and waves?
watts and waves.
Uh-huh.
I'm not there.
This
Watts
is the fourth step. And we
fourth-
only got, just to let you know, we only got about 4 minutes. So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I'm
I'll
trying to,
cover it.
Yeah.
So watts and waves
yeah.
is very critical because the highest expense around the world for people
Okay.
is the energy, which is the watts, right? Waves, which is air and water, right? We underestimate it so much. Sometimes we pay more money for a bottle of water than, like juice or something else. So this is something that I'm working on, and I have been involved in energy for like 22 years,
Okay.
right? And people look at patches. They're
Yeah.
like, we'll put like solar energy. In fact, I was listening to the radio today. This one lady was saying, we should not focus on fossil fuel based energy from gas. We should focus on solar panels.
Okay.
I'm like, lady, what do you think solar panel is made from? From crude oil supplies, right? So these people, they are like, this is what happens when you intellectualize things. They're not looking at it from a practical perspective.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
And I would love to dive deeper in that, but we don't got much time. So this is what I want you to do. So I know that you have contactant. In a very brief way, tell us what that is organized around. What is the goal?
The goal is create communities. That's not solely based on profit and speed,
Yeah.
but put a human aspect to our lives.
Okay.
Like I can take community like some part of Fort Wayne or some part of Cleveland. It doesn't matter. It could be in Africa, Afghanistan, or whatever.
Yeah.
Look at that community. How do we meet the educational, like their living conditions?
Yes.
And then their food,
Yeah.
right? And then their energy need. Whether you
Okay.
like it or not, you have to have clean water, air, and you have to have like power.
Okay.
There's no life, if you don't have power, because whether we like it or not,
Yeah.
we have gotten used to electricity, and now, when it gets cold, if you don't have heat,
Yeah.
it's a lot of problems. Like you can't do much. So basically, what I'm looking at, where I want to start at, is like address the needs of areas that is struggling, because I think we can turn this around
Okay.
by applying the ESO
Yes.
principles, because we can go to any neighborhood and like not a neighborhood that has all this stuff.
Yes.
But some people say like, hey, I don't know how to survive.
Okay.
Right? We can turn this around. So that's my whole goal.
Okay. So basically, just to take from a feed line from your what I've been researching, you're trying to be able to go to any neighborhood and feed, power, and protect.
Exactly.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I got to ask you the last question. I think that's admirable. That's uplifting fallen humanity, man.
Yeah.
So we thank you for doing that, and we feel like kindred because we're engaged in that mission with you.
Yeah.
So lastly, before we close out of here, I want to ask every guest, what's your nationality?
So I am Sri Lankan.
Yeah.
Because in Sri Lanka, there's like two kinds of people. Some of them are like North Indian based, and some of them are South Indian based. So I'm like the Dravidian part is like 30%, or I believe something like that.
Okay.
So I come from Sri Lanka, right? And the Dravidian people are very old, maybe not as old as the Moors, right? But
many would say they are Moors. We're all one and the same.
So
But go ahead.
it's a subgroup,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's my heritage,
Okay.
right? And obviously Sri Lanka is a country.
Yeah.
It has been there for at least from passed on for about 14,200
Wow.
years of like passed on history, right?
Okay.
It's a pretty old place.
Yes.
At
yes.
one point, it used to be like a big central place for trade.
Okay.
Then once the Silk Road was built, there was not much need for it.
Now, give me one, before we close out, give me one famous Sri Lankan dish.
Actually, there's not Sri Lankan indigenous dishes,
Cuisine.
but we have this thing called kottu roti, which is you take like something like a tortilla, kind of like a roti,
Yeah.
and then you put that with like vegetables, meat, and sometimes you can make it like with tofu or whatever, and then you put the spices and you have these two blades and you chop it and then you condense it and put an egg on it and then
Oh, okay.
eat it. That's like the most unique
Sri Lankan cuisine.
yeah, because Sri Lanka was influenced by many cultures. It has a you know, what's the word, like a graduated version
Yeah.
of whether it's Portuguese, Malaysian, Indian, or whatever, like because of that influence for thousands of years.
Oh man.
So
Okay.
you know, so that kottu roti thing,
Yeah.
it's just like you just like chop it.
Hey, look, man.
I'm
it
gonna
sounds-
make you some.
You heard him right here on the Sheik's table.
Yeah.
He said he's going to make me some kota roti.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful for you
Yeah.
joining us today, my brother. I look forward to the kota roti.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing with
Yeah,
us.
thank you so
for
much.
uplifting fallen humanity.
Yeah.
We'll definitely have to have you back on, and we can go a little further into it.
Yes.
But we thank everybody for watching.
Thank you so
being
much.
here with us on the
Yeah.
Sheik's table, and we'll see you next time. May peace and blessings and protection be upon you, your loved ones, and all that is righteous. All right, peace and love. Islam.
Thank you.